What's your name?
Madison.
Not anymore. We will tell you who you're going to be from now on.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to talk about Fear the Walking Dead. After the most recent Season 7B trailer released, Madison is back, and has she found Padre, and is Padre a part of CRM?
Yes, guys, welcome back. Josh has returned from vacation, had a lovely time out in California, and he's getting back, having to get caught up on the Fear trailer, the previous episode of The Walking Dead. So we're going to be getting into this, but wanted to make mention of a couple updates for Fear the Walking Dead really quick. So Fear the Walking Dead Season 7B returns on April 17th on both AMC and AMC Plus. Now, AMC Plus subscribers, we are going to be able to see the first 2 episodes that same night, episodes 9 and 10.
That's sweet.
And then the subsequent episodes will release a week early. And another interesting announcement for Fear that I was surprised they did not even announce. Do you guys remember the Dead in the Water webisode spinoff that they were doing about how the submarine got beached? They just announced they're done filming it. It's premiering Sunday, April 10th, exclusively on AMC Plus. They didn't even announce they were even filming the thing. It's a webisode specifically on the character Riley, since he was on the submarine, and it basically telling the story about how the submarine got beached in the first place. Yeah. And so that's basically what it's about. So it's just interesting they did not even announce that they were filming it, and we just get it's coming out. It's a webisode, so I mean, it's nothing major, but it's still something to announce,
something to get us pumped up for the season coming.
Yeah. So, rolling back into what we're talking about, man, that Season 7B teaser was absolutely amazing. If you guys didn't check out the breakdown on that, check it out. But what we're talking about is, I posed a question from the breakdown of, who has Madison? Is it another community? Is it CRM? But a theory that's kind of rolling around is maybe Madison already stumbled upon Padre. Padre is a secret, highly secretive location at the beginning of the apocalypse.
Which adds to them asking who she is and saying, we're going to tell you who you're going to be.
That's a little more interesting.
That's interesting, but it's the fact that they have her in an interrogation room.
Yeah, and it seems to be right after the stadium because she's still wearing her same clothes. She is breathing oxygen because she needs it because of all the smoke she inhaled.
She's not burned.
So she's not burned, which is great. Yeah. One of our people that we follow on Twitter, Johnny's 5 Alive, he did a cool kind of interpretation of maybe a little scars on her face or something of potential of what she could look like. But yeah, she's not.
So
burned
we're gonna miss the Dwight interaction, like you too.
Yeah, that would be actually funny. But so it's a very mysterious group. In a bunker, and that's why we're thinking, is
it in a bunker though?
Well, I say it's a bunker. I would say it seems to be below ground, but I mean, because you would think Padre would be below ground, parts of it,
maybe
because it's their nuclear fallout. That's one thing that we know of. It's a nuclear fallout. We don't know everything about Padre because it was secret, and Will didn't know much either. That's why he was like, well, only Senator Vasquez knows where it is.
I'm going to guess that it's not entirely underground.
Not entirely. I think maybe a community above and then below for resources and protection. Yeah. So would it be cool if she already stumbled upon Padre? Yeah, it would be cool.
It would. It's interesting the direction they're going just based on the trailer. I mean, I would have much rather had her in Padre alone,
right?
Or at least started Padre, because Madison is a leader.
Yeah.
But now it seems like she's more captured in a way, almost.
Yeah, well, here's another big question is, where is she located? We're going to be finding out where she's even located. No, the stadium is still at least probably a couple hundred miles away from where we are now. But where is this place located? That'll be an interesting question. Because with everything with Padre, there is a Padre Island, but in the episode, Will was like, they wouldn't make it that obvious, calling it Padre and let's go to Padre Island.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be somewhere else, not even relative to Padre Island or anything named Padre.
We're assuming that the place is even called Padre, like that was the mission, or that was the objective.
That was the objective.
Yeah,
but
they're labeling it as Padre. Or did he come out and say the place is called Padre?
Who?
Will.
Well, that was the documentation that Alicia found.
Yeah.
So, according to Senator Vasquez, who was part of this, it was named Padre. That was the name of it. And word has spread. People know of the name Padre, but because it's secret, they have no idea where it is.
Yeah.
So then part 2 of this, could Padre, if it exists still, even though they were planning on it, if it still exists, in this group that has Madison, could it be part of CRM?
Now, do keep something in mind when we ask that question, is that this would be an early CRM.
Yes.
A fairly early CRM. 7 years.
Very early.
From 7?
It's only 4. We're only 4 years into the apocalypse in this timeline of fear. Where we saw them in World Beyond, that's 10 years in.
Yeah. So, 6 to 7 years prior to the events of World Beyond.
Yep.
So, but we do know that CRM has helicopter capability. We've seen it in Fear.
Yep.
So they are advanced enough to that. And then I questioned to you, once we kind of talked about this offline, is it the Civic Republic piece of this? Or is it the military piece of this that has Padre? Or do they even have Padre at all?
To me, I'm thinking to be more the military, because
It has to be.
CRM has secret locations. The research facility where we saw in World Beyond, that was their secret research facility. Plus, CRM, their main base, is secret. We're thinking it's Philadelphia, but we still don't know yet. We'll find out in the Rick movies. But if you're going to keep something secret, you're going to hide it to protect it from regular people stumbling upon it. Then you could say, well, how did Madison just stumble upon it? Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. If it's CRM related, if it's Padre, whatnot. It's kind of the theory. But yeah, I don't think it would be the actual CR. I think the Civic Republic would be... I can't say.
It fits more of the military.
Yeah, the military
side of
aspect
this, right?
of it.
I mean, they're what it looks like is they're forcefully taking Madison or have detained Madison. Yeah. And basically saying, look, this is our way or the highway. At least just from that one line, sounds like that's military.
Yeah, she could have not necessarily found the place. She could have just been in the area, leaving the stadium, trying to find a place, and she crossed into their border, and their troops found her and took her in.
But if it's if it's the military piece of this, their MO is to kill on sight.
It has been. We've seen them take hostages. So, I mean, maybe they just decided to take a hostage. They didn't see her as a threat, but they want to interrogate her to see who she is, where she's going, what she's been doing, and why she was in that area. They're going to want to hear what she was doing there, or in the area, I should say.
How quick was the reclamation team scattered? Remember that episode?
With Isabel?
Yeah, how quick did that happen? Did we get a timeline around that?
Well...
My theory here is
you talking about the rec team that we actually saw recently?
Yeah, yes. And the reason why I'm asking is maybe this rec team came from that point, right? Because it's close.
Right. Well, we know when we first met Isabel, she canceled the reclamation team because, she lied and said she found what she needed from Al. The second interaction with those two, I think that reclamation team, they were coming in to find Isabel because she defected. I mean, they got there quick. Because you got to think, helicopters can only travel a certain distance.
That's what I'm saying.
So there has to be another
maybe
point in Texas that they can go to.
Maybe it is the military side of CRM.
Could be.
And maybe they're coming from Padre.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, whatever they, because you got to think that a lot of the CRM have, former military, possibly former politicians, and, that have secrets, that had secret access during the regular world. So parts of that would roll into the military piece, and depending on who's in charge. And so whatever Senator Vasquez, him and some of his people were going to go there, but he was, of course, killed, and he never made it there. So, yeah, there could be more that know more about Padre.
Let me ask you this, and maybe this is actually something for another video, but let's assume it's CRM. Is that the early signs of the end of fear? Because once you meet CRM, what more can you do? Especially if you determine that CRM has this Padre location, what's left?
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Because then you're rolling CRM, just roll back. Well, that's all we'd be getting in season 8.
Exactly.
And season 8 would just be CRM related.
Yeah. To me, you introduce CRM into Fear. Like we've seen them plenty of times in Fear, but you make that like such an event as Padre. Yeah, you're pretty much saying, hey, the signs of the end of the show are coming.
Yeah, I mean, we've had them sprinkled in. You know, it had a big piece of it with Al and Isabel. We've seen a couple pieces in The Walking Dead, and they didn't want to expand it there, which is great. They don't need to. Fear, they could do more of it if they wanted to. I honestly don't think they should. I was kind of done after the whole Al and Isabel situation,
and that's why I'm saying that.
Yeah,
because I don't want it to be CRM related.
No.
Let Padre be its own piece.
Yeah, just let it be another community.
Let this group find their permanent. I'm fine even if it's their permanent community. It doesn't mean that's the end of the show, but not CRM.
Yeah, it could be. It could be another form of a ex-military type people. Or
I've seen enough of that.
We've seen enough of it, but it'll have to be interesting of who these people are. Maybe I don't want this to turn out to be some crazy cult who, if you're captured by them, they tell you who you're going to be now.
Yes, that's. I'm tired of the cult stuff.
Yeah.
I'm tired of the military guys.
We're getting too much. Yeah,
we're repeating a lot of stuff.
We are repeating and regurgitating other different storylines.
And the psychopaths,
right. But what else can you do? I mean, because in this world, you're going to have kind of many different aspects of people.
I completely get it.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah. I mean, if this turns out to be kind of a military type cult operation, it depends on how they do it. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
I don't either.
Because some people were like, look closely at the speaker. It looks like the 3 circles are like in rust and dirt. And I was like, well, you're gonna say that, then people are gonna see it and just like, oh, they're gonna think it just because they're what you mentioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I would say for right now, I don't think she's at Padre. I think Padre is a real place. I don't know if there are people there. Maybe they've set it up as a safe haven because here's another reason why the theory of CRM was going into it is the motto of Padre is rebuilding the country's future. Okay?
Yeah.
Rebuilding the country's future. Similar to CRM, they want to rebuild. They're the last light of the world.
That's military.
They have similar ideologies right now,
well,
but it's not full on. We haven't seen enough information to fully say it's CRM unless we see a symbol, a helicopter, a soldier, or just the symbol on somebody. You know what I mean?
I'm almost wondering and hoping maybe that they get to Padre and it's not even there. Like they get to it and it's completely devastated.
Either devastated or it was never. Right. It was tried to be built up, but it was so overrun from everyone finding it that they never did it.
And this is when Madison finds Alicia and they decide, look, we don't need a Padre to rebuild.
Right.
We can create our own Padre.
We can go back to what we were trying to do at the stadium.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm on board with you with that because rehashing religious crazies and military people like cult stuff, like you got to get away from it. We've had enough of it. So
you could give me the Whisperers in Fear.
There you go.
It's pre-Walking Dead.
It's pre-Walking Dead, exactly.
They'd have to make a loop.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, let us know what you think. Do you think the whoever's holding Madison captive, do you think it's a new community? Do you think it's part of CRM, or do you think it's just some maybe crazy people who have a weird ideology that want to brainwash and control you into what they want, mold you into what they want you to be? We'll have to find out soon. Make sure Proctor John, exactly. Make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned as more information on Season 7B comes out before the premiere on April 17th. And we will see you guys next time. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.